You pour a small piece of food from your plate, and your cat eagerly comes closer. Maybe it's a bit of cheese, a slice of ham, or a drop of milk. They sniff it, taste it, and seem perfectly happy. Nothing unusual happens. No immediate reaction, no sign of harm. So it feels harmless. Most people see this moment as love. Sharing food means caring. It's natural to think, if it were bad, something would happen right away. But here's what doesn't quite make sense. Cats in the wild survive on instinct. They avoid what harms them. And yet, inside your home, they will trust whatever you offer, even if it slowly damages them. That's not instinct anymore. That's trust. And once you realize that, you start to wonder if some of the most common foods we give them aren't acts of care, but something else entirely. And this is only the surface. Something deeper is hiding behind these small, everyday choices. The first food is milk. It feels almost impossible to question it. For years, people imagined cats beside a little bowl of milk, calmly drinking as if it were made for them. So when a cat licks milk from a saucer, most owners see a sweet, classic moment. But most adult cats cannot handle milk well. Their bodies often lose the ability to digest lactose after kittenhood. So what looks gentle can quietly become stomach pain, gas, diarrhea, and discomfort they cannot explain. And the hardest part is this: your cat may still drink it, not because it is safe, because they trust the hand that gave it to them. Sometimes love is not giving what they want. Sometimes love is learning what their small body cannot say. The second food is chocolate. Most people already know it's dangerous, so they avoid it. They keep it out of reach. They're careful. But here's where things shift. Chocolate isn't just harmful. It reveals something deeper about how we think. Because with chocolate, the danger's obvious. It's labeled, it's talked about, people recognize it. But what about the foods that don't have that reputation? That's where the real problem begins. Because the truth is, chocolate is not the exception. It's the warning sign. There are foods your cat can eat every day. Foods that seem normal, even healthy to us, and they slowly damage their organs, their digestion, their entire system over time. No dramatic reaction, no immediate alarm, just quiet harm. And if you understand this moment, you start to see feeding your cat differently, not as a simple act, but as something that shapes their life every single day. And what comes next might change how you look at your kitchen forever. The third food is salty human food. A small piece of sausage, a bite of chips, maybe some leftover meat from your plate. Your cat eats it, seems satisfied, and nothing happens right away. So it feels safe. Most people think it's just a tiny piece, but a cat's body is not built like yours. What feels like a light snack to you can be overwhelming for them. Too much salt slowly strains their kidneys, affects hydration, and begins a process you cannot see day by day. And here's the quiet part people miss. It's not the one time that harms them. It's the repetition. A little today, a little tomorrow. A habit that feels loving but slowly becomes damage. And your cat will never refuse it. Not because it's good, but because it came from you. And if that realization feels uncomfortable, it should. Because the next food is even more misleading, and it doesn't just seem harmless, it often feels healthy. The fourth food is onions and garlic. They're in almost everything. Cooked meals, sauces, leftovers, even small pieces of food you don't think twice about sharing. And because they're natural, many people assume they're safe, even healthy. But for cats, they are quietly toxic. Onions and garlic damage red blood cells. Not instantly, not dramatically, but slowly, over time, they can lead to weakness, fatigue, and serious internal issues that are hard to trace back to a simple bite of food. And here's what makes this moment heavier than the others. You might never connect the cause and the effect because it doesn't happen right away. Your cat eats a small piece, nothing changes, days pass, weeks pass, and when symptoms finally appear, they feel random, unrelated, confusing, but they're not. They're the result of something that once looked completely harmless. And this is where the story becomes more serious, because the last food isn't just misunderstood, it's something many owners give every single day without ever questioning it. The fifth food is processed cat treats and low-quality dry food. This is where most people feel confused, because this time, it's made for cats. You buy it from a store. It has pictures of healthy, happy cats on the package. Maybe even words like balanced, complete, or nutritious. So it feels safe by default. But not all cat food is truly good for them. Some cheaper products are filled with artificial additives, low-quality fillers, excess carbohydrates, and byproducts that a cat's body was never designed to rely on every day. And unlike the other foods, this one isn't occasional. It's daily, morning, evening, every single day, shaping your cat's health slowly, quietly, consistently. Most people don't question it because it doesn't look like a mistake. But over time, it can lead to obesity, digestive issues, dull fur, and deeper internal problems that only appear much later. And this is where everything connects, because it was never just about 5 foods. It was about understanding that what feels normal isn't always what's right. And there's one final realization that changes everything about how you see your role in your cat's life. At some point, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. You give your cat something small, they accept it, they trust it, and nothing happens right away. So you repeat it. That's how most of these habits begin. Not with neglect, with care. Most people believe harm comes from obvious mistakes. Something extreme, something clearly wrong. But in reality, the most lasting damage often comes from things that feel normal, familiar routines, daily choices. And this is the moment where perspective shifts. Because feeding your cat was never just about filling a bowl, it was a message. Every time you offer something, you're deciding what their body will learn to live with, what it will adapt to, what it will slowly carry over time. And here's the part that changes everything. Your cat doesn't question you. They don't analyze ingredients. They don't hesitate. They simply accept, which means every small choice becomes bigger than it seems. Not because it's dramatic, but because it's trusted. And once you truly see that, you can't go back to feeding them the same way again. In the end, it becomes something very quiet, not dramatic, not complicated, just a simple realization. Your cat doesn't know what's good or bad for them. They don't understand milk, chocolate, salt, or hidden ingredients. They don't question labels. They don't see long-term consequences. They only see you, the one who feeds them, the one they trust without hesitation. And every time they take food from your hand, they're accepting more than just a bite. They're accepting your decision. That's why this was never just a list of 5 foods. It was a reminder. That care isn't about what feels right in the moment, but about what protects them in the long run. Because your cat doesn't eat something because they need it. They eat it because you gave it. And in their world, that's enough.